Yo, what's up? Oh, okay, cool. Well, Uncle Munich, the Bean Boys, what's up, guys? Wow, thanks for jumping in so fast. Actually, if you want, hold on. I'm always dual streaming, so let me get you into like the main situation we got here. Hold on real quick, because that's kind of awesome that I have suddenly 20 people. What? How do these streams always do so much better? I don't get it. Anyway, guys, hey, what's up? I'm Unrested. That's my name. Um, Kind of a wow, that's kind of a rough comment just to start yourself off. Way to invite yourself into a room and I guess kind of shatter the whole ambience. My main thing is just talking about living in Japan. Anybody who's like trying to move over to Japan or just like news and updates from Japan. Cool stuff from over there. Lived in Japan 15 plus years now. Currently live between both countries of America and Japan. Run an English school out there. Work as an art teacher here in America. When I got pulled over by cops, okay, well, I can't, okay, well, okay. I guess getting randos, you get some rando comments too. All right, cool, cool, cool. Not gonna read those live. Give me just a second here. Gonna get the main channel started. There we go. Okay. All right, perfect. Adam, what's up? Okay, hey Adam, how's it going, bud? Mito, are you still unrested or arrested by the cops? Dude, I'm in jail for life, bro. Where's the pop out? Ah, there we go, pop out. Okay, let's go ahead and get chat captured. My old gamer tag, okay, I can't read that gamer tag out loud, but cool gamer tag. Just so you know, that word actually just translates to like pervert. It doesn't actually like mean what you think it means, right? It just translates to pervert. Just kind of like otaku. People think that means like super nerd, but actually otaku means like a maniac for something. So you would be like manga otaku or densha otaku or anime otaku. Um, it's been kind of reconstructed by American English in general. Um, what's up, Ikram? What's up, Jonah? Hey guys, let me bring up let me grab the chat capture real quick. Give me just a second. Properties. If you guys are wondering, I'm dual streaming right now. I dual stream on Osoroshi and I dual stream here on Unrested. Let me get that chat capture. There we go. Oop, whoops. Moving my template. Okay, there we go. Oh, what's going on with the size of that? Oh, I see what the problem is. The chat window is a weird size. There we go. Okay. Oh man, uh, Jigsaw, you're a long term. Oh, what? Sorry. Sorry, I just put like an absolutely like clickbaity title. Like I'm just I just put everything into the title that I thought would attract viewers. Sorry, I didn't mean to alarm anybody. That's you know what? I can go change the title now if you guys are mad about that. I didn't actually. I mean, I've never fallen asleep on stream before. Um. Oh, okay. All right. All right, Aaron. Sorry, I didn't really mean to alarm anybody. I apologize for that. Okay, hey, let me get over here. Oh shoot, did I just close out? Hold on. And let me go back to Osoroshi. Hey guys, come over to sorry, the channel Unrested to join main chat. Have I been? I have not been to India. My wife has. She really liked it. Um, she said India is like really beautiful, super nice people. So I want to go there. My son's main one of the women I actually work with at work here, his main homeroom teacher, she's actually from India, and she's a very big fan of all things Asian culture, of course, which makes sense. So it is nice to be able to talk to her about Japan. I want a tattoo of elephant ears on the front of my upper thighs. That sounds like kind of a cool tattoo, very unique. All right. So, okay. So driving home from work, but we'll be back soon. Glad you made it to Friday and excited for you to see your family again. Yeah, finally. Um, what did you, what? I see what you did. I want to get a tattoo of an elephant ears on the front of my. I don't understand the joke. I'm too slow. I don't get it. Um, if it's super explicit, maybe don't explain. Sorry for eating on stream. It's my only chance to eat today. Um, if you guys don't know, it's the end of the year for 2024 for teachers. So, accountable KGV. Welcome to the stream. All right. Um, but if you guys want, come on over here. Are you guys into anything like Japanese based or anything like that? Mostly on this channel, I do horror stories from Japan, talking about like Japanese like Toshi Densetsu, which is like urban legends, or like really old software that was like super creepy. Um, I've pretty much gone through all of that though on my main channel. Um, and with the internet, there's not really much you're gonna like expose that people haven't heard of as far as video games are concerned. But oh, I do talk about true crime in Japan. One of my most recent things is I talked about there's one YouTuber recently, Japanese YouTuber. He got like a bear in Hokkaido killed because he like lured it out of the woods with pizza and let it eat like a pizza that he put there for the bear. And like this is illegal to do. You can't do stuff like this. But he was trying to do it to like get like a really marketable moment of like, look, I'm so crazy wandering through the woods, running into bears. How dangerous. So he did this. Um, and it ended up getting the bear killed because if a bear comes too close to people in Hokkaido, they have to send out hunters who go and kill it because it gets like a an addiction to human food, which is really sad. Um, the yeah, it's true. I forget what the YouTuber's name is right now. I'm not great at memorizing them. The other one I did recently is I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this. Um, yeah, my family, my son, both of my sons, my wife, all Japanese. You know, 日本語喋れる。日本は15年ぐらいに住んでいた。今、アメリカに住んでいる。Yeah, so yeah, I've lived in Japan 15 plus years. Currently, I'm in America, but I travel between both countries now. I still have a school back in Japan. I still own a house back in Japan, and I travel there from May all the way to August, and then I travel here from September to early, like kind of early May. I kind of split it in half. Oh, your next question was going to be, do I speak Japanese? I'll be honest with you. Accountable. I was very slow to learn the language. I am not a great language learner. I've never made my channel about learning Japanese because personally, my own grammar is pretty bad. Like I make a lot of mistakes grammatically. Writing, I'm like a baby. I write like a baby. So I don't really feel like I'm a great person to learn from. As far as the culture is concerned, I've kind of been completely steeped in the culture. For example, my brother-in-law is a Buddhist priest. I learned a ton about Shintoism while I was out there. I've been to almost like every massive holy site. Um, conform. That's a great question. Let me make sure I got. Okay. Um, it's actually a really good question. Can foreigners become Japanese? What's going on with my chat? My main chat's not Give me just a second, guys. Let me make sure everything's okay on the dual stream. For some reason, my other chat's not updating. Um, that's a great question. I'll answer it while I'm looking this up. So, mock mock, just kind of calm down. Um, okay, well then talk to it. Say it in Japanese, okay? Okay. Um, so you can go there as like a tourist visa, or if you come over as something with like a spouse visa or a work visa, it's much easier to become a Japanese citizen. The most difficult aspect of it is you need to pass a Japanese JLP T level N2. They may have changed this. Okay, this is back in like 2008 when I first got there. I learned about all this. So the rules may have changed. Don't quote me on all this, but as far as I know right now, JLPT N2, which is like the second to the highest level of Japanese proficiency, and I'm talking like writing, reading, speaking test that you can pass. And if you can pass that, that's step one. Step two, you need to change your whatever country you're from, your name to a Japanese version. Now you can do something like you can take kanji that has kana that sounds exactly like your name. So for example, my real name is Scott. In Japanese, it just sounds like Sukato. And like I could find kanji that matches that, but it would also have to be kanji that's approved by the government. So for example, let me give you an example that would be approved. My last name Ackerman. The closest would be Akaman, right? But what you can actually turn that into, you can use the kanji for dark red, Akama, like that's, and then you could turn it into deep red devil. So like I could use the kanji from that, but it actually wouldn't be approved by the Japanese government because it like I don't know, they would be like that's too crazy of a name, I guess. Brad, give me just a second. Hold on. Okay, I don't know why. What the heck? Okay, hold on. Give me a second here, guys. I don't know why, but my main chat is not updating. I've never seen this problem happen before. Okay, Brad. Burado. I'll type it out phonetically for you. Hold on, just give me a second here. Properties. No, cancel. Why is this not updating properly? I've never seen this happen. I've never seen where it like, um, all right, hold on. Okay, it's not updating. Okay. I don't know why. I've never seen that happen before. Okay, I'm gonna have to remove it. Yes. I'm gonna have to remove that and capture the chat again. That is weird. Pop out. I've never seen it do that. It just stopped updating chat. Like chat just froze. So like Burado, and let me type that out. Hold on. I'll get into the other channel. It's kind of hard to Burado, like that. Burado. Um Wouldn't be too hard for Japanese to say. That's actually a pretty easy name. I've actually never known a Brad. I've known a lot of gaijin, which is like foreigners, in Japan. I've never known another Brad. I went to school, I went to college, and I went to high school with a Brad who was a good friend, and I've never met a Brad though in Japan. That's kind of wild. Um, all right, give me a second here. Let me go back to this and see what's going on with my chat not being captured. All right, where's my pop out chat? There it is. All right, add a new window. Window capture, chat capture. It's a lot of multitasking right now. When things slow down, I'll be better at this. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, sorry guys. On Unrested chat, I don't know why it did that. For some reason, your main chat froze for me. Um, let me get it fixed up there. It's way too big. Where's the pop out chat? Where'd it go? Dude, this one's really annoying. All right. My biggest thing is I don't want to cut off anything people say. Let me shrink it down just a little bit. There we go. All right, and let me just go back through your comments, guys. They don't have an L. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're totally right, Mike. Yeah, it's like the closest they have is da de do de do, and mostly it sounds almost like D in vowels. You're right. They don't have an L. Also, almost every single consonant is followed by a vowel sound, unless you use the letter N. So if your name was Dan, it wouldn't be Danu. It'd just be Don, right? All right. Howdy, Scott. Hey, geographer Matt. Hey, Miro. Hey, Ann. What's happening? Is everything okay? Sorry. Okay. I kind of feel bad now. Like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have. All right. I'm gonna be frank with you all. I made the main title of my Unrested. Um, I said, Unrested falls asleep. Police show up. Things go wild. But it's uh, didn't actually happen. The crazy situation with Unrested falls asleep on stream. Cops called. Gone wild. Sorry, it's totally a bait. Okay, I'm gonna edit it and call it something different. JK. Save. Now I'll feel a little bit better about this. Um, I'm feeling kind of bad because people are signing on and they're like, "Are you okay?" Um, while I play Doom. Hey, Ikram, how do you feel about Doom Dark Ages? What's your feeling on that? I think it's looking pretty sick. All right, now I got the other chat up here too. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can capture both chats. Let me see if I can do that. I'm gonna pop this one out too. Uh, pop out. Okay, and then I can show you guys your chat too. I'm gonna have to new a new window capture because I feel kind of rude like bouncing between two chats. Let's put them both up there. I wish there was. See, this is the thing that sucks about YouTube is even when you dual stream, you can't combine chats where you can with Twitch. They have that ability. Um, okay, give me just a second, guys. Okay, so it'd be chat two. Okay. Uh, okay. All right. Let's not make it so it like goes right over my head. Let's shrink that up. It's like way too wide. Make it about the same size if we can. Hold on. Pull that down to here and then pull it up there. Okay. Make this one a little bigger, make this one a little bigger. Maybe kind of have them overlap. Now you guys can see each other chat. Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, that feels better. Now I'm giving both of you equal attention. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this, if anybody's wondering, if you take a look right now at this Osaroshi channel, it's got only 160 subscribers. 'Cause I only have two videos. It's only been out like 2 months. Um, but doing random live streams vertically on the iPhone gets a bunch more new subscribers than using a channel. And I've had the other channel for 15 years with 88,000 subscribers. It gets no new hits at all. Like no one ever finds it. So my way to find new viewers is to open both and dual stream. So I'm explaining this to both of you guys. Um, Give me just a second while I check the other one. All right. Algorithm gone wild. Doom Dark Ages looks sick. Yeah, I agree, man. Cops gone wild. Yeah, the cops actually went wild. They came in bikinis. It was a little unsuitable for the atmosphere of Christmas time here at my house. I asked them to leave. I was arrested simply because I told them not to show up in bikini mode. Not cool at all, right? I feel betrayed. Um, oh wait, which one am I gonna close out? Okay, did I chose the right one? Okay. All right, got two pop-ups here. Actually, you know what? Like, make them same size. Um, I'm gonna cover up the thing that says live chat. I don't really need to do that. And then let me make you guys the same size. I hate this stupid thing that says like learn more. This shows up no matter how many times you've done a stream. It's kind of ridiculous. Uh, come on. No. What? What? Huh? Oh, wait. I see. There we go. Okay, now you both have equal. Well, actually, I can make this a little bit taller. Oh, weird. Why does it do that? Okay, fine, whatever. Make you both equal space on here. That wrong thing. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry to both of you guys. You go both earn equal time on the screen. All right. Doesn't N2 basically mean you have the language education level of a high school student? That's a good question, actually, T-Dog. Um, I would say it would be a high school student definitely in their senior year. Like you're talking like probably close to 4,000 kanji you'd have memorized at level N2. For Maki, the JLPT N2. Do you understand? You don't know. You probably don't know what that is because you would never have to take it. You're a Japanese citizen. It doesn't make any sense. But if you're a foreigner, you have to take a Japanese test if you want to become a citizen of Japan. And then you have to change your name. And then you have to actually give up your citizenship to your origin, your country of origin, unless you acquire. Yeah, my name would have to be uh, Akira Akayama. That's what my new name would have to be, or like Shirotake. I don't know what I make my name. Um, my new name would be Busuko Debuman. If you don't know, the name I just gave myself was the ugly child who is fat and small, or kind of no, I guess a fat superhero, a ugly child who is a fat superhero. That's like the closest translation. Hey, what's up, Top G? You're back again, man. Ah, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry, man. I bought one of those um, pre-boiled eggs. They're a little bit dry, man. The yolk is like super dry. Yikes. Okay. Um, Top G, what's up? Hey, Top G, how's your channel going right now, man? I hope you're getting more subscribers. He's raging at uh, unfair players on his Minecraft. What are you doing? PvP? Yeah, a Japanese server that's PvP. Oh, what is it? Hypixel? CubeCraft? Oh, okay. All right. I don't know who you are, just passing through, but I hope you're doing well, man. Have a great weekend. Dang, that's a really nice thing to say, Blacklight Gypsy. I like the name too, Blacklight Gypsy. That's kind of like that'd be like a cool band name. Well, thank you, man. That's like really like kind of reinvigorated my belief in humanity, considering the first couple comments I got were like, "Who's this ugly dude?" Yeah, you can see. Look at some of these comments I got at the very beginning, right? Yeah, like I can't even read these out. Robert, yours is okay. You're just being wacky. That's fine. But like, yeah, I was just like, holy cow. It's okay. It gotta come. Comes with the territory. You want to put yourself out there. You got to be ready to take a few hits. All right, let me check back in with the main group here. Okay. India is a nice place, but you gotta get comfortable with the fact that you will be stared at a lot. Oh, Ikram. Well, actually, like Ikram, I feel like Japan's the same way. Um, people definitely stare at you all the time in Japan, no matter how long I've lived there. I mean, you get stared at. Aside from like mostly the area I live in, people know me well enough there that they kind of leave me alone. They kind of don't give me like big stares and stuff like that. They're kind of just like, oh, it's that guy, blue-eyed tattooed dude. Um, they'll pick out aspects of yourself that you like never even considered like as being an aspect. They'll be like, oh, he's got the tall nose and the blue eyes. I'm like, tall nose, what? I mean, I guess I have somewhat of a pronounced button nose, but okay. Um, don't Aaron, it's not a bad joke. It's a good joke. Oh, guys, yeah. Actually, you know what? Can I copy yours? Copy. No, why can't I do that? I don't want to. There's no chance to copy. Right click. There we go. Copy. All right, and let me put it in here. Paste. And if anybody wants to join, like if you have like really deeper questions that you want to ask about living to Japan or going to Japan or moving to Japan, or just like anything really about Japan, hit me up on there too. Um, we got a bunch of awesome mods who I want to give a shout out to. They've been slowly keeping the place well kept together and everything like that. Um, it's been going good. All right. How much does it? Okay, 13. It's so weird. Like the vertical stream, like it's kind of been an experiment I've done on the last two streams that I've done. Vertical streaming on YouTube for some reason has this weird influx. Oh, go ahead, bud. Go ahead. There you go. Good boy. Let me bring down the camera to put the real MVP. There we go. That's a good baby. And if you're wondering why I'm down in Mountain Dew tonight, I've got to be up till midnight. My wife gets into the airport at midnight tonight, so I got to really pump myself full of caffeine. Um, and honestly, I'm really happy I get to hang out with you guys before. Um, Oof, whoa, almost knocked the whole computer over. Ah, come on, tilt. There we go. This is Deco-chan, for those of you new to the stream. Um, all right. And what do we got on the other side? Okay, what, you're done already? Because I don't have any good food up here? You're gonna just slap me with your tail? Okay, that's fine. All right. Lots of hearts coming up for you, Deco-chan. Deco-chan, you're the big star, really. Go ahead and just make yourself comfortable. Come on, you're okay. Come give me a big hug. Meow. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. All right. Sorry. He's a sweet boy, though. He's really sweet. Really nice guy. Anyway, what I want to ask now. Oh, Reinhardt or Die Trying. Holy cow, man. I don't have you been on a stream before? I'm stoked to have you here. And by the way, I love the screen name. It's like one of my favorite ones to read out. And also, thank you for being like a long-term member, dude. You've been with us since the beginning, dude. Since the second I started memberships, you were one of like the first ones to ever join. So Reinhard, you need to be extolled as a hardcore member. On the trains in Tokyo, people would move away from seats to make room. I wasn't fat back then, but I'm 6'4". Ah, yeah, you'd be like an absolute giant then in Japan. Probably, I had one other friend who was 6'4", and he even had to like duck when he was on the train. Like he never actually got to stand his full height on the train. Um, I've been working so hard in my job. I just got my Christmas bonus. Hey, well, congrats on that, dude. I'm happy to hear that for you, man. That's sick. Um, but most of all, I just want to thank you for being here for so long. Um, does kanji have a pattern so you don't need to memorize as much? Hmm. It's got a pattern to how you write it. Like there's a certain calligraphy point that works the same in every single kanji you'll ever write, so that helps. You know what really messes me up the most? So when you see a kanji, you'll notice there's always like, depending on what it is, like one or two little swipes on the side. They almost look like quote marks or something like that. Those are actually called bushu. The kanji can be exactly the same. Like they can be right next to each other, look exactly the same, and there's just a slight change in those bushu. So like if there's two little points at the end on one, there's only 1 point on another, and maybe another one has 2 points, but they're like on the lower the bottom part. That messed me up so bad with trying to memorize kanji that I kind of gave up. I mean, it was kind of I always say my memorization of kanji was the equivalent to like trying to pick up sand and like run with it and stay in your hands. Like it just felt like it was constantly slipping through my fingers. I mean, I also have dyslexia and ADHD, so I'm not the greatest person for studying. You might do way better than me. So for example, take a YouTuber like Tikio Sam. Tikio Sam can write, read, and speak a ton. Like he's fluent enough that I've heard other Japanese people say like he sounds like a natural Japanese speaker. That's how good he's gotten. So I mean, props to him. He's got the mind for it. Hey guys, thank you for the thumbs up on the Osoroshi stream. I appreciate it. If you guys are just joining right now, Dark Somnium? Whoa, dude, thank you, dude. Man, we go. Holy cow, man! I can't believe you remember a tiny guy like me, dude. Dude, holy cow, man! I feel like super honored, man. That's so crazy, man. I was so happy when I saw your channel blow up. I first heard you all the way back on um God, what's the name of the podcast? I haven't listened to it in ages. But you did like a bunch of stories all the way back on No Sleep Podcast. And I felt like your voice was so much better than the actual people who ran that podcast. I was like, this guy makes it so much better to listen to. Like the way he expresses himself, he's got kind of this like calm demeanor and like pronounces everything like perfectly, but also doesn't try to like overdo it. Like a lot of people try to overact on that No Sleep podcast, and you always just had this like even timber tone that I was just like, damn, this guy's so good at reading. And so like I was like, dude, he's got a channel too on YouTube. Let's see if we can link up and I can like give him some Japanese creepypasta to read. And then I saw you take off and I was like, yeah, of course, man. This guy deserves nobody deserves it more. You also have ADHD too, which like I really respected. I saw someone like who was open about it. You're like one of the first YouTubers I saw who was just like straight out in the open about it, like how your medication keeps you awake and stuff, and you would just talk to the audience and like I was like, damn, dude, this guy's awesome. He's just like really honest, really genuine. Got out there, read stuff in this like naturally like sort of timber tone that was just like really crisp and clear and like never overdid any of the expressions read and stuff like that. And then you blew up, and I was just, yeah, yeah, of course, man. He's got the voice, he's got the charisma, everything. Dang, dude, I can't believe you remember me, dude. I'm like really flattered right now. I'm kind of like starstruck almost. Damn, dude, thank you, man. Well, that's the thing though. You're one of the few people out there that, you know, um, I knew from when I remember when you were sitting there with the keyboard and you'd be talking about how you're stuck late up at night, like um your medication's keeping you awake and people are like kind of worried about you and you're just like, nah, it just kind of comes with the territory. And I was like, dude, this guy's just like a genuine, like for real dude who just talks about like ups and downs, is clear about who he is, like doesn't try to pull any punches, is honest. I really respect that when I see a YouTuber do that. Like just come out and be like clear about who they are. Damn, dude, that's crazy. You and actually your maker, who I'm sure you guys know your maker too. You're the only two I've ever met where like years after, like I worked a little bit with him when they were first starting. Um, and you guys every once in a while come back and say, "Hey, what's up?" And horror stories too. I should give horror stories props, dude. Dang, that is so crazy, man. Ugh, dude, I really appreciate it. And thank you for $50, dude. Holy cow, man. I'm not really a dude who gets a lot of money on stream or anything like that. I mostly just do this because I've got an amazing group of viewers who are just like pretty much become like best friends after all this time. Damn, dude, that's so sick. Thanks, man. That means so much to me. I was actually a little sad we lost contact. But oh, dude, oh yeah. There actually, um, I will tell you, Dark Somnium, I did go through like 2 years where I just like stopped making videos. So like I lost contact with everybody. Like I went through like a really dark period where like I had started a business in Japan. It started out like a little bit strong and then went through this like big dip where I went from being in the red to in the black and then like deep into the red for 2 years and then fought my way back out of it. And 20 gifted memberships. Holy cow, dude. Uh, dude, thank you, man. Holy cow, dude. And so, yeah, I lost contact with everybody. I mean, it was kind of rude of me to do. Like, even though I was going through a dark period, like, I should have respected the people who, like, really stuck with me. But damn, dude, man, you're freaking awesome, dude. What the heck? Um, Dang. Dude, I still love your stuff. I still use your stuff as like the only thing to calm me down usually when I'm like I either listen to the Silent Hills OST over and over again or Deadly Premonition OST or your stuff. You're like one of the few people. I guess B Busta too can kind of like calm me down enough to let me go to sleep. But as the name Unrested goes, I do have a lot of trouble trying to sleep all the time. Um, so yeah, I've always really appreciated your stuff for that. And it's like not go to sleep like, oh, it's so boring. Oh, peace out. I honestly like horror kind of always calms me down. I don't know what it is, but um, if the person has like a crazy voice where I can't like, especially like if they put in like fake screams or like too much sound effects or anything like that, then I'm just kind of like, ugh, can't take it. Dang, dude. Scott, you feel like an old friend I've never met. Been following you since your long hair days. Believe you, no, believe me, you've impacted a lot of people. You helped motivate me to live in Japan for 3 years. Dude, that's awesome, dude. Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you for having followed me this long. I mean, this is the best thing about this channel. Um, like, the, I mean, I got to talk about it where I just went through the hurricane that like tore apart my house and like I just posted this week my house is finally rebuilt like and it's you guys like literally helped rebuild my house. So I like I've said I may not be popular, I may not be like making money from this, I may not be like any sort of well-known YouTuber after 15 years, but I'm by far the luckiest and most blessed YouTuber for the audience I have. Just shared your stream on my channel. Not sure how many people will come over, but hopefully it gets you some extra views. Dude, man, you're so awesome. Dude, I hope people tell you often that like you're like a truly good soul, Dark. Like there's not many people who would do what you're doing. Like donate, remember a small guy, all this, man. I hope people let you know that, man. Um, Dang, dude. If anybody deserves it, it's probably a lot of good karma coming your way for how big you've gotten and everything. I think just like in general, people who are like genuinely good people like yourself, they do have no problem getting a big audience because they're attracted to kind of like the positive vibes. I mean, think about it. You're talking about like sort of dark, negative, horror, grotesque and stuff like that, but still people flock to your channel. And I think the reason is like your aura and stuff. And I'm not trying to say like, crazy spiritual, like you give off this aura, but like just in general, I think we've grown accustomed to YouTube to an extent where a lot of us watching you can kind of catch the vibes of the reader, speaker, narrator, influencer, creator. I hate to use the word influencer though, God. And we're starting to become like an audience, and I'm saying this for everybody of every generation, where you can kind of like almost sixth sense, like feel the sort of like disposition or sort of ethos of the creator. And the people who I see really get big, like yourself, who really blow up, it's because they're like usually a pretty decent person who has good vibes and a genuinely good soul. Every once in a while, there's exceptions to that, of course. But if you still want to, dude, really, you'd still collab with me? Oh, okay, 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 okay. Here, Dark. Let me do this. Let me do this. Uh, okay, how could I do it? Okay, I know what I can do. Give me just a second. I have a horror channel now, Dark. I only just, this is crazy that you would contact me now because I just started it like 2 months ago. Um, Okay, give me just a second. I'm gonna jump into my own chat. Uh, and we should collab if we do get to collab. Holy cow, man, this is crazy. Like, what are the chances after I start this channel and then a good friend from a long time ago who's okay, this is my horror channel. Okay. Yeah, so Osatoshi Nights is just all Asian horror. So like I go out and I research like a ton. I used to do it on this channel. Like I used to tell scary stories on Unrested. That's why we got into contact because I was like, oh, but I ran into a problem where a lot of the people on this channel, they're mostly there for like visa and living and getting an apartment and moving to Japan and stuff like that. So like those people would be kind of irritated when I'd be like, and then the darkest thing that's ever happened in Japan. They'd be like, I don't want to hear this. But there was like probably I'd get anywhere from like 800 to 1,000 views on the video where people be like, I love your horror stories. Uh, so yeah, I pretty much was like, all right, like I need to respect both people. I need to keep this channel mostly for like frequently asked questions about Japan, but I still have a massive passion for horror. Um, and so I made just a channel separately just for um, horror stories from Japan and stuff. So and I try to keep it as unique as possible. Like I try not to go over everything everybody's done before. Um, all right. I you know what? Let me get some creepy pasta. Um, here, I'll tell you what. Here's what we can do. Let me do this. Um, uh, the official unrested at gmail.com. Did I spell that right? No, I didn't, because I'm kind of the official unrested at gmail.com. Here, tell me, send me if you get a chance. Like I know you're probably like crazy busy, but like if you get a chance, if you contact me there at the official unrested at gmail.com, because I don't want to be like, hey, post where I can contact you right in the middle of my chat. Um, if you contact me there, like I can send you some stories and stuff. Um, I've gone like really deep into like researching stuff that I'm trying to make sure no other channel has read. Not that I have, I want to see everybody do their own unique stuff, but I just don't want to do like stuff that, everybody's rehashed 1,000 times. Like, have you seen the cursed Kleenex commercial? A billion people died after watching that commercial. And it's just like, okay, all right, all right, all right. Um, and actually, just walked into the room and said, "Oh, Unrested is streaming? What? Whoa, thank you. What? Really? That's crazy. I feel like I'm just such a small esoteric stream that like I have my lovely group of viewers who come out and they're awesome. I'm just shocked whenever I hear like people who are who are massive like watch me anymore. I just oh wow, holy cow, man! Tell her I'm flattered. I'm absolutely flattered. Um, I always feel like I'm kind of just like a sort of niche streamer who's very, comfy with his group. They're awesome. Like I said, my viewers are like the most amazing viewers ever. Um, if you don't know, if you didn't hear about it, Dark, dude, a hurricane like massacred my house out here. It was Hurricane Milton. These guys like literally paid for my house to be rebuilt. Like FEMA didn't come out and help, insurance didn't come out and help. My viewers from the last 15 years like gave me money to rebuild my house. And I just posted the pictures this week and I'm just like I said, I'm the luckiest, most blessed streamer. I mean, streamer, video maker, like YouTuber, whatever ever, man. I got like these people you see in chat right now, like amazing, like really deeply amazing, good, genuine, like incredible viewers. Like every week we come out here and do this. Um, oh, Morgan, thank you for joining. I appreciate that. And like even like someone like oh gosh, I'm trying to ayahuasca sage. Like You got in a jet? Damn, dude, grats on that. Well, and you moved back to get your teaching license. Whoa, that's so awesome, dude. Dude, double congrats on that. I don't know if you know ayahuasca sage. I actually, now that I'm between both countries, I actually got my license here too. Like I had it a long time ago, but you know how it expires eventually. I came back and I actually, shockingly enough, as soon as I got back, I got a teaching. Well, I guess that's not shocking with the giant teacher shortage, but um, I now I'm living between both countries. So half the year I'm here, half the year I'm back in Japan. Um, Actually, my wife comes tonight. She comes to America tonight. Like tonight, she's arriving at midnight, and I'm so excited, dude. I haven't seen her since July. It's been really hard. But because of you guys, my house is rebuilt and ready for her. Max Minecrafter. If you don't know, this is my son right now. What's good, fella? Hey, good hunter. What's up, dude? Thank you for joining. Back when I first started, I lost my job, and a few people who watched my stream ended up donating enough for me to pay my rent. Damn, that's so awesome. So it sounds like you got like an incredible bunch of viewers too, dude. I feel like that's the most lucky thing. Like that, I don't want to say lucky. I also don't say blessed because I don't know, but it's just the most incredible thing about this medium. Like using YouTube as a medium to communicate, to and I hear people mock parasocial bonds. Everybody's got parasocial, but no, I feel like bonds beyond that. Where like most of these people I've never met face to face. Some I have because we've had like hanami parties, which are like cherry blossom parties in Japan. But I feel like because you have a gathered interest with the people showing up, you're talking to people who genuinely care about what you are making. They like the way you present it, so they usually end up liking you as a person. Um, and then in turn, because they come to you with the same sort of interest, it's very easy for you to form a bond with them. So I know people always talk about this whole like some people form a parasocial bond with a creator that they watch, but I feel like that's not always true. I feel like sometimes you make genuinely good friends with good people. Oh, you just sent an email. Thank you, dude. All right, I'll tell you what, man, dude. This next few weeks are gonna be insane because my like I just said, my wife comes tonight at midnight, and so does my eldest son. But I'm gonna get in contact with you, and I'll get some really good stuff ready for you. Um, that hopefully will be some brand new, unique stuff you've never read before. Jenna, welcome. Nuno, welcome to the stream, everybody. The Deco cult is growing. If you anybody who doesn't know what the Deco cult is, my cat's Deco, and we always, if we have something strange happen all the stream, or like someone, I'm sure you've had it before, where someone tries to like do some sort of proselytization of some sort of religion or something like that, we always just let them know that we worship Deco, my cat. Um, I believe what this was like Nuno and Alejandra and who else was on there that night that just like we worship Deco, Deco-chan. It was a great front. I owe it to you guys for making that up. I'm super excited, but I'm glad you're going to get to see you. Yeah, dude, I'm so happy, dude. I haven't seen him since July. Um, I go back over there too eventually in May, but it's just it's rough being this far away. One day she's going to be able to move out here as well. And she wants to start a kintsugi business, which is like repairing dishes with gold. Which, man, I'm getting a little workshop ready for her. I'm slowly like building out my what do you call it? Shed. It's my first time ever owning a shed. I'm slowly like repairing it and building it out so that she has her own little workstation. I just can't wait for the day when she can move out here, dude. Life's gonna be so good then. I mean, life's really good now. I'm really lucky. Like truly, I'm not an overly religious person, but I am really blessed with my situation. I'm so lucky, dude. Oh, by the way, guys, guess what? I got nominated for Teacher of the Year this week at school. I didn't win. Like it was me and three other people. Um, a math teacher actually won, but I actually got on the nominations. I was really proud. Um, my girlfriend and I want to plan a trip. Okay, anything you need, dude. Like I do this all the time for my viewers where they ask me about like, can I do this? Can I, what should I buy? What should I go? Let me know when you're thinking about going. Give me some of the details, as much as you're comfortable with, of course. You're not obligated to tell me anything. I will make sure you know all you need to know about like when the weather's decent, like when to go and when not to go. Like you don't want to go during like Golden Week or like Oban's kind of crazy too. So let me know what idea, what around what time. My biggest advice to you, Dark, never go during summer. Never go during summer. You unless you're gonna go to Hokkaido, then it's okay. But even me being from Florida, find Japanese summers to be like the worst hell on earth. The humidity, the lack of central AC, um, it's um, it's brutal. But let me know, dude. I'll tell you what's good and what's not, like what's a decent area to go to. I'm not as big on Tokyo, like I don't know as much about Tokyo as some other YouTubers, but Osaka, as you probably know, is just as big, a close comparison as Tokyo. It's got a little bit of a different vibe. It's more Japanesey compared to the more foreign influence that Tokyo has. So you'll get like a more authentic sort of soak in Japanese culture, but there's just as much stuff. Like there's their own version of Akihabara, which is like the manga and anime zone. There's their own version of Universal Studios, which you finally get to hear Harry Potter and Dumbledore talk in Japanese. Who are like, nani shiten no? Dumbledore sensei. Nani mo nai, Harry gakusei. You're just like, oh, this a bit strange, but okay. Dude, if yeah, dude, if you want to hang out, dude, come if you come to Osaka, like I'll personally show you like where to go and stuff. I'd be more than happy to do that, dude. Um, yeah, definitely, dude. I'd be so stoked to hang out, dude. That'd be sick, dude. Yeah, definitely. Hit me up. Let me know what your itinerary is, what you have in mind. Even if it's like a year or something out, maybe I don't know how soon you plan on going or what, but I would be stoked, especially if I can show you around Osaka, because I really, really know Osaka. Um, dude, that'd be so sick, man. Dude, you're awesome, man. I hope people tell you often that you're a really good dude, Dark. Like genuinely good dude. What is the worst, the Japanese summer or Las Vegas summer? Actually, I've been to Las Vegas. I'd still because Las Vegas is a little bit more of a drier heat. Um, all right, awesome, dude. All right, Dark. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for everything, dude. Um, I've actually been to Las Vegas. That's crazy that you would ask me that. I would still say Japanese is the worst as far as summer is concerned because the thing is almost as soon as you get inside in Las Vegas, you're inside central AC. And then I think what a lot of people don't realize is how quickly um, having central AC or central heat changes your body temperature. If you've been sweating all day and as soon as you walk into central AC, like that sweat gets all cooled off, you start to very quickly cool down and recover. Um, Whereas with space coolers, as you know, they just use tiny space coolers. It's like literally just like a couple of little pipes connected into a vent that shoots out cold air. It never really cools down the place. Also, another thing I think people don't realize is Japan, aside from Okinawa and Hokkaido, doesn't use insulation. That makes a huge difference. That makes such a difference. Like, think about that pink cotton candy in between your walls that you have in a lot of Western countries, and be thankful you have that because that makes a huge difference. You turn on your heat for a little bit and it'll stay toasty in your house for a while. Turn on your air condition for a while. And even if your air condition broke or something, Even in Florida, it'll stay cool like almost overnight until the next day. In Japan, as soon as you turn that off, it starts cooking. You start cooking. I've actually never wondered. The heat in the south sucks so much more because of how humid it is. I've actually never wondered that. I wondered that myself. It's if you felt the heat of Florida or you felt the heat of Hawaii, it's very common to that. But what I think another thing people don't realize is why the heat in Japan is so much more brutal is everything's closer together. And you would think like, oh, doesn't that kind of like block out the sun with like tall buildings and everything like that? No. What it does is not only do you have cars very close to you on the sidewalk pumping out heat right next to you, but every single space cooler that's turned on is pulling the heat out of those places and pumping it into the street. And you're literally cooking between buildings. It is like an oven. And like if I prefer humidity versus the dry skin. Really? You like the humidity over mm, not me. I do get really dry skin though. I actually have like what do you call it when your scalp gets so dry that like it starts to get really bad? Psoriasis? Is that the right word? Alopecia? I actually have that. Like my son and I both have that where like your skin will get scaly and stuff from ultra dry weather. I still prefer it though over the insane God, the humid heat just like you can't escape it. Um, and the crazy thing is like because Japan they don't ever use central AC. Like if you have paper, like you do a nice drawing, you pin it up on the wall. You buy a nice poster, you pin it up on the wall. In the summertime, it'll like bubble and wrinkle because they don't keep, like in America, if I leave for Japan for 3 months, um, I keep my AC, my central AC at like about 80 degrees, which it doesn't cost me a ton of money to keep it at 80. But what it does do is it stops all my drawings from inside my house from bubbling up and wrinkling from humidity. Dude, Captain Gunstar, thank you, man. Dude, I appreciate it, man. Okay, been watching you forever. You taught me a ton over the years. I'm happy to say I sometimes work in Joetsu City on automated factory lines. Wow, you've got a really unique situation, Captain. I've only met a couple. Hold on, where's my? Okay, there it is. I've actually only met a couple factory workers in Japan. Most of my Filipino and Brazilian friends were factory workers. Their only complaint ever was that the work was like that they were bored a lot of the time. Um, but I guess it really depends on like what you're doing on the factory line. Um, what always kind of blew my mind, and I always had like mad respect for, is these guys are working in the factory and they don't get to use it a lot, but they would start to learn how to speak Portuguese because there'd be a Brazilian people working there. They learned how to speak. I always say this wrong, so fix my pronunciation. Tagalog, is that how you say the Filipino language? Um, and English, because Filipinos usually know English very well. All their books, everything in their country is mostly in English. And both of them, far better than us Americans, would learn Japanese way faster. So they'd be there speaking four languages. They could speak in Tagalog, Portuguese, English, and Japanese. And they just switch between all of them with like no problem while they're working a factory job because everybody else around them is from those different countries. And if you guys don't know why, there's actually a lot of Brazilians who have Japanese citizenship because during World War II, Brazil opened itself up to the Japanese to be able to escape to there if they wanted to escape the World War II stuff going on. And because there was like interracial marriages due to that immigration, there's a lot of crossover between Brazil and Japan as far as heritage is concerned. And if you have any bit of Japanese heritage in your past, it's very easy for you to get Japanese citizenship. Um, Same with a lot of my Filipino friends too. They kind of had the same thing where they had like one person had married into. Striker, what's up, bud? Um, Hey, Todd James Bobbitt. Hold on. Let me hold on. What's up, Cindy? Hold on. Come on over to the main channel, Unrested. It's me there too. Okay. If you guys don't know, like the second one that's coming up here is Osadoshi opened up. And the reason I do this is because right now on Osadoshi, because it randomly brings in a bunch of different viewers and stuff like that, there is always a pull from there of brand new faces and brand new YouTubers popping on, and it just opens my channel up to more new people. Which I mean, as you guys probably know by now, my channel doesn't really get like a lot of new subscribers or new viewers these days. It's kind of like an archive channel, I think, long lost in the the hundreds of billions of channels on YouTube that started at the very beginning. A lot of us who started at the beginning, we've kind of been lost with the times. I think mostly for me, it's because I never really updated, never really got like super different. I kind of just stuck to doing this whole like talk to my viewers about Japan. Um, all right, see you in a bit, Dark. My birth, my BR mother-in-law had a fake marriage to get to Japan a long time ago. Wow. Actually, funny thing about that, Aaron. Well, I'm not saying it's funny. Hold on, give me just a second. Let me. So when you get your spouse visa in Japan, they kind of put you through a lot of testing and stuff like that. And when I say testing, I mean they test to see if like you really are for real married, not. I understand what you mean when you say fake marriage. It's not like she like forged a marriage certificate. She'd like more so it was kind of like a marriage of convenience, pretty much. So to check to make sure you're not doing that, you have to write the story about how you met the person that you married, like explain it in great detail. Number two, hold on, sorry. Sorry, I'm dealing with a bad cold right now, so I'm trying not to like cough directly into my microphone. Um, there we go. So they have this crazy thing they make you do where you're writing this long epic story, and I mean they give you like 2 pages to write this out. Where I had to write about like I saw my wife in a bookstore and she was reaching into the English section for the book of Kurt Vonnegut, Slaughterhouse Five, and I said, "Oh, one of my favorite books. You're going to learn about the Tremalfadorians." And she's like, "What is that?" And we got into a conversation, and I eventually, God, my cat's hair. Um, we got into a whole conversation where I eventually asked her out to dinner to talk about, Kurt Vonnegut and Harlan Ellison, who are like two of my favorite authors. And they they made me write that whole epic yarn of our romantic encounter. And then we had to provide multiple photos of our wedding, and those photos absolutely had to have more than just us in the photo. We had to have people from both sides of our family in the photos and friends from both sides. So, for example, I had to have Gaijin friends in there, and she had to have Japanese friends in there. And they specifically go through and they look at the expressions on people's faces. And we had a very nice old man who is like one of the top guys at immigration. He's always been very kind to us anytime I've had any kind of problem. So I really, respect this guy. Kind old Japanese man who's got great English. And he said, "You know why I do this?" And I was like, "No, I have no idea why you make us bring these photos in." It's a little bit confusing. Like you'd think you'd only need like, the marriage certificate and that's it. He's like, "No, actually, what I do is I look to see if people look like they're genuinely happy at the celebration that's like post marriage, because actually during the marriage we got married classical style in Japan, where like she wore the giant egg helmet and white kimono, I wore the black kimono, and you slowly just ascend up the stairs, drink sake together, and are now bonded through a connection of family. Then we went for Western style celebration. And if you're wondering why, that's actually very common. Like at Japan, most times they want to do a Western style celebration for the marriage where you go to a reception hall. They do add some weird stuff. Like they ask you, like, do you want to play bingo with everybody? And it's like, no, why would we? Yeah, isn't that so weird? Yeah, why? I was like, no, no bingo. Yeah, I don't know the point either. Apparently, it's supposed to like relax the mood, but like her family's awesome. I like to think my own family's pretty awesome. My mom and dad are cool. Um, and so they got along like, even with a language barrier, they got along really well. They're just like, oh, hey, this is great. Our kids are getting married. Like it went really well. Like I was like, no, I think people are just gonna talk. We're not gonna have to play bingo. So we showed these pictures of us in that reception hall, and like it's me cutting the cake and her cutting the cake and us, eating a piece of that cake, and then, doing thanking people for showing up and talking about, our love for each other. And in the background, there's always like one of our friends, like, or family members, and they're always like smiling or laughing. And he's like, see, like I can see people smiling and laughing, and like you're talking into the microphone and someone's cracking up over here and she's talking, and someone's wiping away tears from their eyes in another photo. He's like, these are actually real things that happen in a marriage and a marriage party. And he said when people fake them, a lot of times, like everyone's dressed really nice and everything, but they're all just like, and he said they just look like mannequins. Like they just got like paid people to show up. And apparently this is done really often with the Yakuza when they're starting like cabaret or hostess clubs, or, something even darker than that, like human trafficking. And they'll get these really quick fake marriages done. And when they're asked to bring in the photos, they're just like, yeah, we can do that real quick. Just have a bunch of people just show up and put them in suits. And they forget, like, you're there because you're happy people are getting married, and they forget to add like genuine smiles, laughter, hugging, crying, like different stuff like that. They're all just kind of like all in suits, like, and he's like, I know right away. It's like fake. It's like a made up marriage and stuff like that. I was like, oh, I never even thought of that. Like, because we're not trying to fake it. Um, it all just genuinely comes out, and you never think about, I guess, yeah, if you did try to fake it, you can't always, you can try to tell people to do it, but you can't always fake the genuine emotion that comes along with a marriage. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Let me go up here. Um, I want to read this, Aaron. This sounds really interesting. What do you think about the Japanese channels that talk about the dark side of Japan? I think they're great as long as they are not, um, what would you say? Kind of, as long as they're not exaggerating. So, okay, for example, Vice, they did this one about like every manga shop is like a porn hub. And it's just like, no, they're actually not. Actually, post COVID, post Japanese Olympics, manga shops in general have like really cleaned themselves out as far as like the really nasty stuff is concerned. They cleaned up their image a lot when they knew the Olympics were coming, and they did not go retroactive with what they did. And Vice came in there, was just like, it's true, everything is disgusting at manga shops in Japan. They went in there, secretly filmed without telling anyone that they were filming, totally illegal to do in Japan. Number two, they refused to like actually show the footage inside the shop. They just let you hear the dialogue, which, I mean, you can just fake dialogue if you're not actually seeing people's mouths move. And number three, they blocked the video in Japan because they knew it would be scrutinized by actual Japanese nationals, right? Which is like so screwed up. They got called out. people are just like, this video is total BS. You've made up everything. You've got no legit sources on this. You're not showing us anything. You're literally just saying, not having any sources, no white page report, no feedback from anybody in the comment section. Lots of people delete it, blocked, their, comments cut out. And that's when I see trying to do the dark side of Japan as malice, right? This is not actual genuine coverage. It's to try and talk trash about a country simply because you feel like you can stir up enough trouble for them that your article, filmed thing, whatever it is, becomes hot news, right? It did not work out for them. As you know, Vice went bankrupt eventually because they were just garbage. They started out incredible. They started out as like I really liked Vice at first, but then it spiraled into just garbage reporting, like where they just had amateurs doing amateur stuff. Um, Now, when I see really good, genuine Dark Side of Japan videos who went out, you know, use their sources such as white page reports. And also, here's one thing I think is super important. The reports and sources they use come from universities, professors, research papers written in Japan. Um, I hate these ones that are just like, UK man, Professor blah, 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 who visited Japan back in 1987 says, and it's like, how would his report be relevant like any time past the year 2000? Like whatever consensus that person gathered, I'm 100% positive things have changed even in the most traditional, culturally secular, um, concrete ways that Japan operates. um, their stuff is no longer relevant in the modern age, like, social media. Everything has changed. The way news is gathered has changed. The way its reports are written has changed. And there have been people who've been called out from different countries who supposedly do reports on Japan. And when they go back to look at their statistical sources, they've just, completely flubbed them. They've just made stuff up. They're like, we interviewed these five people at a subway in Japan. And it's like, oh, who is a translator? And it's like, oh, well, we didn't hire one. We just interviewed them. And they're like, wait, did these people speak English? And they're like, I don't remember. And so they'll try to go find these people and be like, these people don't even exist in Japan. Also, you didn't have a translator. Also, like, you don't speak Japanese. Like, how is any of this legit? I guess, well, I mean, I kind of made up a couple of the interviews. And you're just like, what? So when I see stuff like that, I'm just like, this is you just trying to like rip into a country you know little to nothing about. Um, but when I see stuff like, so for example, I forget who did this one documentary, and it was a guy from the UK, and he made friends with a guy who used to be a big businessman, and his business went bankrupt. And it was after the bubble era in Japan, and he got to know this guy really well. The guy worked for the post office. The Japanese guy did, and like his hobbies were like very humble. His life had become very humble, but he had actually a long time ago been like, a top G, if you will. Riding around Mercedes, buying the most expensive jewelry, like, and it had slowly like not flatlined but just gradually gotten him down to like a point where like he was barely affording his house, no longer had a car, had to use a subway, and like how he had to reduce everything about his life, and how his wife was like close to divorcing him even though he had been at the top of the game back in the early 1990s when Japan was blowing up as far as like the economy was concerned. And he did a really great documentary on this guy's life, um, and was interviewing him 100% along the way as he did this. And he was very like objective with his view. So like it was a really good look into like the crash of the economy, the end of the bubble era. And that's a pretty dark side of Japan. Some horrible, horrible things happened during that time. There's people who just, you know, self-deleted after their businesses went bust and stuff like that. So it was a really good documentary. When I see people do decent documentaries on hikikomori, recluses, shut-ins, people who never leave the house, I think those are good too. I think they need to be more sourced by white page reports. and then outside of white page reports, because a lot of the white page reports are all government based, and the government tends to cut the numbers down even lower to be like, oh, there's about 100,000 hikikomori in Japan. No, there's way more than 100,000. Like there's literally like millions. Um, and it's now become more of a equal gender base problem where like there's just as many females almost as men now starting to like lock themselves inside, never take a step out. And they also need to be like um very clear with the age statistics too. Like what age group is this happening to? Because we got to remember Japan is mostly like a gray generation at this point. A huge portion of the population is elderly in Japan, and a lot of people do these reports and they're like, things are really not that bad. The youth says this and this, and you're like, well, the youth actually makes up a very small part of Japan now. Like it's almost, a massively elderly area now. So as long as it's balanced, as long as it doesn't try to coax a toxic response due to subjective views on Japan, as long as it doesn't, make almost hyperbole of the thing that they're talking on or aggressively exaggerate aspects with absolutely no sources, then I feel like that's great because you need to balance the view of Japan. That's what my channel's always been about, and that's what I've respected about other people's channels like Chris Abroad, who has been always very balanced with his response of things he loves and hates about Japan. And when he does talk about his personal taste, that he keeps it subjective and says this is purely subjective. You may or may not love this. Um, this is the objective aspect, though. He's clear with separating that and is always balanced in his portrayal of the life in Japan that he lives. All right. When I watch your stream, there is nothing up. I am home now. Oh, are you talking about I just the title? That's why I added JK on the end. Um, okay. 35. One of my friends from their marriage, 2007 Japanese guy, American girl, they said the same thing for them of the process and the oh, they had to do all that too. Um, uh, they don't have L in Japan. When I once told a guy that I was from Armenia, he said, Almenia. Oh, I feel like the R is almost pronounced more like a D. That's the way it sounds to me. That maybe it's just my ear. Agretsuko is a comedy anime about Japan work culture that explores the dark side. I think that's really good. I think comedy is a great language to ease people into suffering and but at the same time make them understand it. To be like, wait, how much truth is there to that joke? And when you start to research it, you're like, oh, this dark humor is dark reality too. Ooh, scary. Um, all right. Um, what else do we got? Um, they don't have R or L, to be honest, if you have studied phonetics. Okay, yes, see what Aaron says. Because you have darerudedo, which is R. It says like if you read the Romaji, like for example, uh, what's a very well-known R-based word? Um, I feel like it always sounds like a D to me. Um, so for example, okay, or they just eliminate the R. They just get rid of it. For example, my name Ackerman, where you can hear like they just take that out. They just say Akama. Like they're just like, okay, we're just gonna get rid of that R, push it out. Um, they either get rid of the sound completely or they replace it with more of a D sound. So like if your name was Robbie, they'd be like Dobby, Dobby, almost like Dobby from Harry Potter. It'd almost be pronounced like that. Dobby. Ah, Dobby-san, right? But there is times where it does have like this really in between R, in between D sound. Like so if you hear a Japanese person say jelly, um, they always say Jerry, Jerry, where it sounds like Jerry, like the name Jerry Seinfeld. Um, yeah, it's not either. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. Aaron is not either. He legit said a hard L. Well, I mean, you know, keep balancing your channel. Thank you, Sum Human. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I will, dude. I will. I promise, man. That's always been super important to me. Striker, well, it could be worse with a hard R. Oh God. What do you mean in the title? Sorry, Striker. I'm just joking around. I'm being stupid with my title today. I apologize if anybody took it serious. There's almost a D. Yeah, right. Almost sounds like a D to me. That's the way I learned to see. It's actually, if you're worried about your pronunciation, here's the main thing I'll tell you, like why it sounds so different. The actual tongue, the way we use our tongue in speaking English, the tongue is much farther out. Like your tongue comes out even past your teeth at points to say certain things, like the. Any word that has T or even like um what else? Like I guess words that have F too. Like the Japanese tend not to bite their lip to say a word. So for example, like fish, right? We would almost bite our lip to say fish. But if you ever ask little kids to say the word fish, like show them, be like, what is this animal? And they know the American word for it. They'll be like, he, he. They'll make more of an H sound. And I'll be like, oh. And so it's where your lip and tongue placement is that is very different to the Japanese. They keep their tongue way farther back in their mouth, and your muscles develop differently because of that. That's why there's times where you find it hard to say certain things. Um, and if your pronunciation wants to get better, you'll start to learn to push your tongue farther to the front of your mouth. At first, it has to be a very, very self conscious thing that you have to think about, almost like if you had to think about breathing. Um, but over time, it starts to come more naturally. But it's very hard to work with at first. Many times there was things I would say in Japanese that my pronunciation would be so bad, they look over at my wife and ask her to say the same thing again. I'd be like, I just said that. And be like, yeah, but you sound like really thick accent, American accent. Um, difficult to chat and text. Yeah, your chat filtered out my cool shark meme. What? I hate that about chat on YouTube. Dark, sometimes if I try to promote my scary channel on my main channel, it'll block my own channel from showing like, hey, come check out my horror channel over here. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'll do. Blah, blah, blah. There, anything you want to say now should be okay. I trust you that you're not going to come in here and drop a bunch of like F bombs or anything like that. Um, there you go. There you go. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, because Matt. Okay. Um, what is the shark meme? This is new. See, here's one thing about having lived in Japan for 15 years. I totally missed out on a ton of memes. Like sometimes new memes are being dropped, and I'm like, what is this? What is going on with this meme? Oh, though sadly, Skibbity Toilet hasn't reached all the way to Japan, which I hate. I'm so sad. Why, God? Hmm. Well, you're 12 years old, so that makes sense for you, but okay. All right. If you guys can translate that one, he's just say unko, unko, unko. Very important Japanese word to learn, guys. Do you think Plague Moth went too far? His channel got banned finally? Oh my God. It's weird, dude. Like he actually um I know this is going to sound crazy. He contacted me back when he very first started to ask if he could borrow some of the stories or like things I had talked about on my channel a long time ago. And I was like, yeah, sure. So he seemed like a really good dude at first. But then after a while, the way I hear him talk about victims of some of the disgusting things he covers, um, I'm sorry to say it, but I lost a lot of respect for him. Whoa, what was that? Was that just you falling over? I lost a lot of respect for him for the way. Okay. I lost a lot of respect for him because of how he would talk about very tragic situations. Um, I myself feel kind of worried anytime I talk about anything that's true crime because when you're talking true crime, you're talking about the worst day, the worst event, and the worst tragedy that has ever happened in somebody's life. And like I feel like a lot of people love to use these stories as um, there's people who do it respectfully. Like for example, I feel like Dire Trip, what is one called? Coffee House Murder or something, or Coffee House Crime? I feel like the way they cover stuff, they're very um, respectful, and even horror stories. Who comes on here sometimes? People gave that guy a lot of shit all the time because he'd cover tragic stuff, but he would start the story by giving the total background and like explaining the person in a humane way, or being like, these are the qualities they brought to the life that they lived. And he wouldn't just be like, hey guys, here's a murder that happened. Ha ha ha. Like he would come out and be very descriptive with the life they led, um, with what the loss meant to the family, with what kind of like, skills, beauty, storytelling, experiences had been lost when that person was lost. And I felt like that was always really respectful. And like, I worry I don't do that enough if I talk about true crime. So I'm very kind of like on the fence sometimes when I talk about it. So, for example, um, when I talked about the oh God, I forgot her name all of a sudden. I should have this memorized. See, this is the thing I'm talking about. Like, even now, I feel like it's super disrespectful. I'm going to talk about one of my cases from the past. Give me a second. Hold on. Videos. When foreigners go missing in Japan. That was the name of the video. I talked about how she went to, and I got to remember her name. Hold on. This is what I'm talking about. I feel like super disrespectful. Um, and I mispronounced this name too. T Tifane Veron, that French woman who went missing. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced that. And then the other girl, oh God, I can't even remember it off the top of my head. The girl who went over there to Hokkaido and went missing. Um, that's horrible. That's super tragic. Like, I can't imagine my own child leaves for another country. I'm worried about them going over there. And the worst thing possible ever happens. They never show up again. And nobody can find anything, not even a trace, nothing. Um, that's horrifying. Um, I would say it's even worse than murder because at least with murder, you know the end to the story. I'm not saying like, oh, more people should be murdered than like, go missing. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying these poor parents missing their child and they don't know the resolution to the story. It's sad, it's scary, and it's something you need to treat with a lot of respect. And that's where I lost respect for a lot of what Plague Moth did was he just would go into these like taking them not as a experience or form of storytelling and explaining the heinous acts or a cry for help for the people missing or murdered. He used it as a form of entertainment in the sickest sense, where, he's laughing about it, he's counting wounds that are being incurred. Like that's not why you should get into true crime. So for example, let's take somebody who's really good and genuine. If you guys know Unsolved Mysteries, uh, a lot of people don't know Robert Stack's child went missing. His daughter went missing one day, and it tore his life apart. And that's why he used to be like just a plain everyday actor and dramas and stuff like that. And he gave that up to be the host of Unsolved Mysteries because his own daughter went missing. So that's someone who's there. He's doing it because he has a passion for it and doesn't want to see other people go through the pain he went through. Or even John Walsh, I believe is his name is, of America's Most Wanted. I don't think I can even explain what happened to his young son on my channel and keep it monetized. His child was child's life was ended, and in a horrible way. Like uh, like I said, I cannot describe it on here, and I don't know if I would even suggest you look it up. And so he got into America's Most Wanted to get more people captured who had done some of the same stuff. Um, and like that is, a genuine situation where the people are there to respect it, to ask for help, to signal boost. And if that's not why you're doing it, if you're doing it for like, I understand like there's got to be a certain amount of profit. You can't just do everything for free, even if, even quote unquote nonprofit organizations make a profit, they have to pay people. But what is at the root of why that started? And if it's just to use it as a form of entertainment. Not sure why some things I say aren't showing up. Still? Even as a mod? That's crazy. Really? Dude, what? Hey, is there any other mod on here right now that can check into why his stuff's not showing up? We try to make sure nothing, like there's no blacklisted words, there's nothing banned. I don't even have a single person banned. I think the only person we've ever banned was a bot that came in one time. So anything you're doing, I don't know, that's so crazy. Okay. Is any other mod on right now? Hold on, let me just check. Because they can usually look into why things get blocked. Give me just a second. Okay, give me a second real quick, because that is I don't want to see that happen to you. I'm gonna go to hey, who messaged me all of a sudden? Oh, okay. Um is a way to check how some of Dark Yum's stuff is getting blocked by chat. I know sometimes if you list like links or if you list like emails and stuff like that, like it'll try to auto block it. I try to turn off everything I get. I'm really not a fan of censorship at all. Even if the person wants to come on here and tell me I'm a big ugly poo poo head, it's okay. Yeah, this God, YouTube's gotten worse and worse and worse to where like even people not saying anything bad, I've come back and found all their stuff blocked when it's like message up for review. And I'm like, why would I need to review this? They're actually saying something really nice to me. Anyway, give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. I need to get some milk and some protein bars. You guys want anything? I can bring you something if you want. Oh, actually, what am I doing? I don't have to take the headphones off. I keep forgetting that. You gonna take a snooze? All right, do you want me to wake you up later? Hey, bud, why don't you go lay down in bed though, okay? Yeah, come on, come on. Here, come on, buddy. Let me help you up. Let me help you up. I know. I know, I know. I know. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Here. All right, let's go. Let's go, sweetie boy. Come on. Daddy loves his tiny baby. I got you. Whoa. Boom, boom. Got you, bubby. Don't worry. Oh, there's my sweetie. I'll go get your phone. Don't worry. All right, just take a snoozer. I think it's probably good that you take a snooze. I'll wake you up when we go pick up mom, okay? Don't worry. Sorry, guys. Give me just a second. The little guy's falling asleep here on the couch. I want him to be able to rest proper in the bed. All right, sweet boy. Take a good snooze, okay? If you wake up and you're hungry or thirsty, let me know. I'll make you something, okay? All right, give me just a second here, guys. Let me grab some milk and some protein bars. Oh, I forgot to ask though when I got started today. Usually I ask you guys to say like, "How's your week been?" Is anybody else off for Christmas break or anything like? Sorry, I can't call it Christmas break. Winter, winter break. I don't. I want to be respectful. Um, having gone to Catholic school for 12 years, you always say Christmas break because there it was actually always Christmas break. Where's the good stuff? I got the good bars. Where are my good bars? Oh, there they Metarix apple. Oh, it's so good. Highly recommend. What do you think, guys? Could I get sponsored by protein bars? I guess I'm not really the muscle bound hero they probably want for their bars. Okay. Um, let's see. Oh, what do we got going on? Um, Namas, what's up, bud? Good morning from Thailand. Awesome, dude. Uh, Scott, if you acknowledge me, I will leave. Striker, you don't have to leave. I always acknowledge you, dude. Why why would you think I want you to leave? Dude, you're always welcome here. And I always see you come on. I usually read most of your comments too. Stay as long as you want, bud. You know you're always welcome here. Hit me up in Discord though if you have anything you need to talk about, Striker. You know I'm always there to listen, bud. Um, all right, so what happened? Yeah, even when I come on with my other channel, I get censored. It's so annoying. Oh yeah, so we're having like a bunch of stuff blocked a lot tonight, and I don't know why. Sorry, wow, I didn't expect every mod to come on. I apologize, guys. Um, about military history, despite the criticism, they never glorify war. This is how they can have popular songs about heavy top. Yeah, I don't think any stuff should be, nothing should be censored when you're talking about war. People need to know like the gritty facts because war is hell and hell is war. Um, I wonder what words are we trying to say that. I wonder what's triggering it. YouTube's so weird. Recently, it's gotten like worse and worse and worse. Where like I've had stuff banned where people are like asking me about my connection to another channel. They're like, "What do you think about this guy? He said this and this," and like it'll ban them because it thinks that person's trying to promote another channel. So even if you start talking about another channel to tell me to go look at it, it won't ban the word, but it'll put it in like up for review, which is like so annoying because I almost never remember to check that. I miss my childhood house. I'm sorry, man. I understand that, dude. Um, I never got to know many true crime channels other than Swamp Dweller's a good dude, but that's mainly because I hate it when people use someone's tragedy as as interesting gossip. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Dark. That's what so like another person who I think is really good at keeping it like not as an expose or just like extolling the wonders of true crime like some of these channels do, where it just gets like disgusting. Um, you're a maker who, he actually had like his own child died from a horrible accident. So he covers like a lot of accidents and stuff via 911 um, calls. And it's like he's lived in that situation. He's dealt with the absolute tragedy of losing a life of someone he loves dearly. And so if anybody deserves, and this is public knowledge. He's done like a couple videos on it before, so I'm not like, doxing anything about his life. So he handles it with a lot of grace and is able to see it from both sides, from the victim side and from the caller's side and from an objective viewpoint. So that's someone really qualified, like I don't know what exactly qualifies you to handle tragedies, but definitely someone in his situation, you know, deserves the grace of how he handles it, and he handles it politely, you know, in a comforting way, in a way in which like he understands the pain going on, like he hears the tragedy in their voices over the phone and says like, this is probably how they're feeling. Um, But then yeah, I see a lot of channels like who there was like some lady doing true crime and she like hold on, give me a second. Oh, sorry. Um, she, if I remember correctly, she got a bunch of documents from the actual court case and then tried to start selling them online, which is just gross, dude. Or like people who like do something about a true crime story and then make memorabilia. Like that's gross, dude. Don't do. You can make stuff about your channel if it's a true crime channel, that's fine. Um, or like you know who's really good? The guy who helped make Jim Can't Swim. His name is Scott, if I remember correctly. And he's one of the writers. He's also like a stand-up comedian. And even though he goes in it from a sort of comedic point to talk about the crime, he approaches it from an angle of being like, this criminal is so stupid. Like they are so dumb, and what they did is so disgusting, and people, detest them because of this. Like he goes in not showing any glory into what this person's done, and being like, don't ever be like this person. Like this is why they're a horrible person. He can still do it in a comedic way because he makes a comedy of the errors involved in the crime, but he also, because he's like a father and everything like that too, he'll talk about it from a passionate standpoint of being like, can you imagine what it would feel like to have this happen to you? This is so horrible. But then he'll go back into talking about the criminal and just like rip into them, like absolutely like rip into them, be like, this complete idiot did this and this, and what a monster, like disgusting person who should never exist. Like, and you're like, okay, okay, like that's actually a comedic way in which you can handle it, and he'll say some funny things where you'll be like, "Oh, well, that's quite a name to create for that character," and stuff like that. Or like he'll do impressions of like if the person tried to like fake cry on the stand to like get out of like the murder charges or whatever. Like he'll do an impression of them that's like really funny and it's mocking them. And it's like they should be mocked. They should be made a fool of. Like none of this should be glorified. So there is ways to handle like that. But if you're just like, you know, absolutely disrespecting the victim, making a fool of the victim, making them the point of comedy. It's just like, what are you doing, dude? This is someone's child. This is someone's brother, sister, wife, son. Like, please, man. Oh yeah, Striker. I mean, if your stuff's getting blocked too, please. No, 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 Striker. No mods have muted your message. Even Dark Somnium is literally on mod level right now, the highest mod level, and stuff of that even he is typing is getting blocked. Sorry, I'm gonna just going back through to try and catch up with everybody. Um, all right. I love you guys and hope everyone has fun, good rest, glad tidings for the holidays. Ikram, you too, man. Hey, keep in touch. Like, keep in touch with us over the holidays, Ikram. Like, let us know how things are going. I know you're dealing with some rough stuff in your life right now, so please realize Discord is definitely there for you, dude. Um, I had that as well in other live streams as well. Yeah, I was here. I was just playing around of Helldivers. I had to finish. Sorry, tattoo games. I hope we didn't mess up your. Um, yeah, recently I feel like YouTube's become even more censorship crazy. And if you guys are wondering why, like why right now is it so crazy? Well, um, let me explain a little bit of something about monetization with this time of the year. I don't know if you guys know this, but you get the most money for any ads playing on your video during this time. It's the highest level. Ads also cost the most for anybody putting ads on right now. The closer and closer you get to Christmas, the higher the amount of money you get from ads and the more they cost for advertisers. So they're probably going hardcore on the censorship right now because they have their biggest payers, their biggest ads coming in, and probably like their biggest like sponsorships, connections, people brand new buying into stuff. So I'll bet you it's because, and they know for the holidays, like a lot more kids are usually at home right now watching, like the school holidays started already for most winter breaks. So that's the other thing you got to keep into account. So I got to get my watch back on. I got to keep track of the time just so I pace myself proper. I don't want to I don't want to stream so long that I make myself like ultra tired because I got to drive around 11, close to midnight. But I also, you know, want to make sure I kind of pace myself. Um, I did come home and take a rest today. I got out of school at 1 p.m. today, which is lovely. Um, that is not a normal work day at all. Um, and, you know, took a bit of a rest. I usually don't do that when I come home. The first thing I start doing is cooking dinner and cleaning the house when I get home because I'm Mr. Mom. All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, okay. That's one of the reasons I've always been. Okay. Oh, probably that's if you were talking about like true crime videos, that's probably why everything's getting censored, especially right now around the holidays. They're like ultra censor heavy on like anything dealing with like death or tragedy because they're like, oh, all you don't want your holiday messages connected to that. No, we don't allow people to do that on our YouTube channel. It's nice and clean. Changing those three words fixed. Okay, 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 okay. All right. I'm glad it came through, man. Sorry you got to deal with that. Jonah, what's up, dude? No, he got it through. What it there's just this the censorship's overboard. Mods, dude, thank you so much for coming in and helping, guys. I really appreciate it. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for I didn't expect I'd have all of you jump in here. I just hoped I got one mod. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you are all having a great night. Anybody else starting winter break or anything like that today? Completely unrelated, but I checked out some of your older videos and man, you had that emo hair back. Dude, it's funny you say that, Good Hunter. We were actually talking about this on the last stream. Someone asked me, they said, "Has anybody ever used your videos for like an educational purpose?" And I told them about one guy I used to play Dungeons and Dragons with in Japan. He asked if he could use my videos to show his class, foreigners talking about Japan in English. And when he tried to show his class like a series of my videos, he said, "They're good. You're easy to understand." But one problem I ran into is that every time I showed them a new video, you had a different hairstyle, and like the class would like erupt. Like they'd be like, "Oh my God, his hair changes again. His hair changes again. He's got a mohawk. He's got a shaved head. Now he's got a chomage." They're like, "What's going on with this guy?" Chomage is this is kind of what chomage is. Man bun, top knot, whatever you want to call it. They just call it chomage. He said his class couldn't stop cracking up about that. Dark, I kind of understand. I don't know if you ever get to see me with my natural hair. Um, my hair is like really curly. Um, why I always have a haircut with the sides shaved all the time is because literally I'll start to like grow, my hair will grow out like a giant mushroom. Like it'll get like really curly, super puffy on the sides, but mine doesn't really like pop up a bunch. It just starts to like eventually get too heavy, flatten out, and then spread on the sides. And I just look like a giant, that one enemy from Dark Souls 1 that was like a mushroom with legs. It's kind of how I start to look. Yeah. I got the white stalk here at the bottom and then like a big brown mushroom head. I look like a portabella running around. That's bad. No joke, dude. I get like my hair is naturally really curly. Like you can kind of see in the back. Like I don't have this part here straightened, and it's already starting to curl in the back. You getting ready for a trip to Ohio tomorrow, Tim? What do you got? Family out there? You meeting up some family? Oh, has it? Oh, actually, okay. So about 7 days to die. I'm thinking we need to like preserve like a separate server for that. I am going to start to research into like how what the cost would be to rent a server. Excuse me. Hold on, guys. My apologies. But oh, dude, yeah, Dark. You play 7 Days to Die? Yeah, dude. We were just playing it like what? How many two streams ago? Yeah, we all played together. You were playing it earlier today? Yeah, dude, man, I can't believe they finally got out of early access. I've been playing that game since like 2013. Yeah, dude, you should come join us sometime. Oh, actually, here's what I'll do. Let me do this right now to make sure you can join us. Give me just a second here. All right, we'll do add. No, 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 cancel. We'll do add. Friend code. I always give this to everybody. Copy. All right. Go back into here. Um, paste. Paste. All right. There's my friend code. Actually, you know what? Hold on just a second here, guys. Chat to uh, remove. Yes. Boink. Okay, let's get rid of that second chat. I think we mostly got all the people who are going to come over from the secondary stream are over. We're good. We're good. We're good. Um, and let me pull this back over to here. Pull this down. Kind of iron out my screen situation here. I have a little bit too much open. All right, there we go. It looks okay. That's much better. Ugh. Push this back unless Deco comes. All right, we're good. Actually, here, let's give a little bit of holiday spirit over there. There we go. We got the holidays, Christmas tree and everything. There we go. All right, feeling much more festive. Um, was the just the news cycle, or did the gov pull back a bit? Like, stop looking at a. Oh yeah, I'll still play such as like that. Was actually my first. Oh really? 7 Days to Die is your first survival game. All right, yeah. Outlast. I have played. I played Outlast. The only one I didn't play was I didn't play Whistleblower. I did. I have Outlast Online. Outlast Online was pretty fun, but it did get a little bit frustrating sometimes. Um, like the way the enemies could like if there was like one super strong guy who could like hunt you down, like it was kind of ridiculous how easy he could hunt you down. Oh, you grew up in the Northeast Ohio. Nice, Tim. Yeah, man, definitely Dark, dude. Join us anytime. You're more than invited, dude. You're good to go anytime. The River Otter. What's up, bud? Game goes hard. Dude, I like your avatar. You got a this is the Uzumaki, the girl with the scar. Yes, 7 Days to Die is really it's a crisp game now, man. They really tightened that game up. Even finally they got the character avatars to be a lot better looking. They were so hokey before. They're so weird. But I don't understand like why it's so limited on haircuts now. There's only like 4 haircuts now. I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah, we definitely got to get it up again. I think we should get a dedicated server to it though, right, guys? I mean, the only thing I felt like was that we were running into some lag. Um, at some point, I would like to make it where we have a stream where we play together and everybody has like a mic up and everything like that. I think it could be pretty funny. Adam, what's up? Hey, brother. No winter break. May have to do sampling in the New Year's. Nature does not care about the holidays. I'm sorry, man. That sucks, Nuno. I finished work a few hours ago. I don't have to go back for 10 days. Oh, nice. Good to hear, Aaron. I literally I thought the same thing. That's funny, dude. that my hair kept changing and that it looked super emo. Oh, dude, even today, like today at school, I took out this and just let my hair hang down on the side of my face. And everyone's like, Mr. Ackerman, you're so gothic and emo. I never knew you were a emo goth. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if this is really an emo or gothic haircut, but thank you, I guess. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult. I never know sometimes with my students. Either way is fine. I don't care. Okay, I'm all caught up with everybody. Sucks you can't fight back though. Oh, Outlaws is one of yeah. Outlaws is one of the games that just frustrates you, stresses you, and satisfies you when you escape from each chase scene. Sucks you can't fight back though. Not a fan of that aspect. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, right? It's kind of like the Outlast Trials. How was it? 500. Okay, interesting. Hold on. The thing about Outlast Trials is you start out, kind of like defenseless. Um, you can start to get like better, a better room, better material, better clothes. But how come your character never learns to fight? Like if you're stuck in these situations over and over and over again, at some point you would have like lashed out. You never ever get to fight back though. Yeah, that's kind of I don't know. And there's always the silly thing about like in the first Outlast, like you've got a camera. I remember I actually live streamed that game when it first came out. And I thought the funniest thing was that you go around and search bodies on the floor, and every once in a while you find batteries for your camera. And I made a comment that, like, if you guys didn't know, it's a true fact that 1 out of every 10 bodies has battery cameras on it. And people are like, oh, yeah, it is kind of ridiculous. Like, why would they have the exact battery for the camera that you're using to record your footage? Like, why would these mental patients have that on them? Hey, horror stories. We were actually talking about you a little bit earlier, man. We were saying, like, we were talking about people who cover tragic stories well and people who, like, almost like mock the victim. And we are saying that your channel is one of the few that, like, respects the victims and stuff like that. We got Dark Somnium on here right now too. Isn't that crazy, Horse? There's two big YouTubers tonight. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why my stream. I'm like humbled. I'm humbled. I'm flattered, in awe, and humbled all at the same time. You don't have a cousin named Eric, do you? I was just asking because I know Skewers W. Your last name. I met that went to a school with in Japan. Skewers. Oh, the most shocking thing about 7 Days to Die for me is that it's a yeah, it is only 13 gigs. That's a good point. That is kind of crazy. And like the graphics are pretty decent. It's not like ugly. That is crazy. And then you got something like what is it? Um, Modern Warfare 6 and it's like 500 gigabytes or whatever it is. Like you clear out a terabyte on your PC. Um, like I said, HMU on a DM or mod Discord chat and we can work something out for setting up a 7 days server. Gonna go get some dinner. We'll be back. Okay, Jonah. We'll look into it, guys. Yeah, we should do that because we've been looking for a game to all play together. Um, and we had a pretty good time. Even my son is like a pretty decent 7 Days to Die player at 12 years old. Um, I remember the reason he wanted to play it was he's a big Minecraft. He loves Minecraft. And he saw me playing that game. He's like, "Oh, you get to build with blocks in that game." I'm like, "Yeah, but a little bit more scary. I don't know if you want to play." And he was like, "Nah, it's fine." Almost everybody in my family, except for my eldest son, Kenny, they all like horror stuff. Like my wife really loves it. My youngest son really loves to watch horror movies. We watched the horror movie Chime last night, a Japanese movie called Chime. Um, it was okay. It was a little bit strange. It's only a 45-minute horror movie. It's free to watch on YouTube. You can go watch it now, but I don't want to spoil it, but I would suggest like if you're one of my fans who is like a one of my fans. If you're one of my viewers who is a horror fan, that's what I meant to say. Um, check it out and tell me what you think. The ending is a little bit confusing. Um, it's like one of those ones that you're like, this is pretty decent, but what the hell's going on? Like, that's how some Japanese horror movies are, where you're just like, Wait, what's the point of this? I don't know. There's some movies like that where I'm like, this is pretty good, but what message is it trying to get across? For example, what was that one I saw? What was that? I heard a weird voice. Sometimes my watch picks up like what I'm saying and tries to give me answers. I don't understand why. Um, we were watching Video Broadcast Interrupt, or isn't that the name of the movie? Video Broadcast Interrupt. I can't remember what its movie's called. Hold on, I always get this name mixed up. Give me a second here. Oh, Grumpy. Hey, Grumpy, come on over to the other channel. Come hang out with us there. Hold on. I need to take some cough medicine again. Hold on. I'll be right back. Otherwise, I'm going to keep hacking into the mic. All I've got is garbage Value Mart cough medicine. People at work are like, "You got the good stuff," and I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like codeine medicine?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, no, 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 no. That's like, I just got a cough. It's not that bad. Ugh, bleh, bleh, bleh. 7:51. Yeko Joe. 11 o'clock can't get here fast enough. I can't wait. I'm so excited. All right, let me take a look. Grumpy. Sorry, I didn't arrow all the way down. I just saw you log on now. Grumpy, recently my possum friend doesn't show up as much. I don't think I haven't eaten enough chicken for them to show up. Have a great weekend. Okay, gotta go. Okay, Aaron, have a great one. Okay, glad to hear you got some time off. Please enjoy it. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Um, your voice is music to my ears, sir. Well, I'm glad I have that ASMR effect for you, Striker. Batman being a horror movie would be pretty interesting. Just no gore, pretty much straight out jump scares and beatdowns. I think you could definitely do, especially, you know, what's the one guy he fights? Man Bat, right? Man Bat's story is like straight up body horror, right? I think that would come off as like a pretty. I think I've even seen it as a comic. Hope they didn't get eaten. No, Aaron wasn't eaten. Um, she's just doing mom stuff, which I understand as a dad. Pretty much, I live like a single dad out here, and yeah, there's just times where you're just like, okay, I got to shut everything down. I gotta just go. All right. So let's take a look. We're gonna do best Japanese films of all time, since we're talking about it, right? Sorry, I just took some cough medicine. It should kick in just a bit here. All right. Let's share the screen. Plus, um, what should we do? More top Japanese picks. The 30 greatest Japanese movies of all time. Oh, God, I hate. How come every single website you go to now that's like any kind of report is like, oh, do you want to sign up for subscription and pay this money? Also, look at these 5 billion ads. All right, let's just go through it together. Some of these I have seen, some of these I've heard of, and some of these I've just completely, I have no idea whatsoever. Okay, Kuroneko Noroi Juon. All great ones. Kuroneko. I don't know if I know that one. Black Cat? Kuroneko. All right, let's talk about these. First one is one I've never heard of, 1952, Ikiru. which also would like be like to survival or to live. I've never heard of this movie. I'll bet you it's free on Oh, yeah, for YouTube, you can watch it for free. All right, well, maybe we'll have to watch that sometime. Hold on. Mr. Watanabe finds out he has terminal cancer. He vows to make his final days meaningful. His attempts to communicate his anguish to his son and daughter-in-law lead only to heartbreak. Finally, inspired by an unselfish coworker, he turns his efforts to bringing happiness to others by building a playground in a dreary slum neighborhood. When the park is completed, he is able to face death with acceptance. Wow, spoiler alert. That sounds very Japanese. So, what do you call a story like that? You call it that. That's wabe sabe. That's the type of storytelling where there's a great sadness that teaches a lesson. Some of the most beautiful stories, some of the most beautiful artwork is wabe sabe, where it's like it's brutal, it's heartbreaking, pulls at every string of emotion attached to your brain and heart, but it's doing that to make you really face an important lesson. Tokyo Story, that's another one I've never heard of. Elderly Shukishi and his wife Tomi take a long journey from their small seaside village to visit their adult children in Tokyo. Their elder son Koichi, a doctor, and their daughter Shige, a hairdresser, don't have much time to spend with their aged parents. And so it falls to Noriko, the widow of their younger son, who was killed in the war, to keep her in laws company. Wow, that's oof, heavy. That's 1972. Interesting. That sounds really good. You got to go? Okay, Striker. Have a great one, okay? I hope you get some good rest tonight. Ikiru and Hanabi. Azumi Part 1 and 2. TAS Batman was the best. What does TAS stand for? Sorry, can you? I don't always. I know some of like the Epic Chronicles and stuff, but I don't know TAS. The dang it. Sorry, I should know what that is. All right. The Asia Mania series on MTV was great as well. Just found the overpriced collection on eBay. Really? Azumi was one of the fire starters to make me watch more Asian cinema. Sorry. Let's see. What really got me into Asian cinema? What was the first couple movies I watched? I was just like, holy crap, this is good. Um, it was really a mix between Korean and Japanese. And back then I was so young, I didn't understand like what the difference even was. Like, well, I knew what the difference between the countries were, but like I didn't realize like how different the storytelling is. So for example, I watched A Tale of Two Sisters, which is Korean. I also watched Ichi the Killer, which is very Japanese. Visitor Q, um, Mermaid in a Manhole, which was like that was like, I was what the hell is going on? Mermaid in a Manhole is such a freaking weird. It's like H.P. Lovecraft meets Japanese horror. It's so like I definitely when I watched movies like that, I was like, dude, there's a real difference. Like their idea of a story is so different. Like it's taking my mind and my imagination to like areas I'd never even thought about exploring, you know. It's like you hear the word horror movie and you think, "Oh, I've watched a ton of horror movies. Like nothing's going to blow my mind." And then when I was like that age, like anywhere between from 12 to like 18, when I'd watch Japanese horror, I'd be like, "Dude, I never thought about my mind going like MPD, Metro Police Department. There's like a series of movies that came out called the MPD, which would be like three short stories, kind of almost like Creep Show, like America's version of Creep Show or Tales from the Crypt. And I don't know why they would call it MPD, Metro Police Department. I guess they meant like these are weird stories that a police department would try to cover. I'm not sure. Um, Save the Green Planet. Uh, Each of the Killer decades ago, but it was raw without subs, and I didn't. Whoa! Ichi the Killer without subs. I think even if I watched that now, I'd be like, "What the hell is going on?" They use like a lot of like Yakuza slang in that. That'd be so hard to understand. Um, Akira was the first animated movie I ever watched from Japan. Um, what were some of the other ones that I first watched? Vampire Hunter D, Bubblegum Crisis, um, Big O. Big O is actually like super boring. I remember thinking like, oh no, robot stuff from from Japan is pretty boring. I don't know. Um, what else? Trying to think of some other stuff that I first watched. Um, I watched Ju-on, the original Ju-on, which I really liked. I really liked it. I've recommended that to people and they've gone back and watched it and been like, dude, Scott, it's so boring now. Like, why do you like that? And for me personally, the original Ju-on, The Grudge, right? In Japanese, like you got to remember there weren't stories like that at that time in America at all, where like a curse could spread or a curse could like take root and then spread. And I remember thinking that if I had dreamed of a horror story, this is what it would be like. Like there's certain things in that movie that are like they're not grotesquely horrific, but they're so dark surrealistic that you're like this is like nightmare level horror. Where like I remember near the end of the movie, hold on. Let's see if we can find that. If we could give me just a second. Hold on. There's like an end part of the movie. There's one part where like the girl, like the last girl who doesn't die from the curse, like it doesn't spread to her. Oh, actually, let me switch account. Let me go on Osidoshi. Oh, what? I don't have Osidoshi on here. Add account. Okay, give me just a second. I forget this computer's still kind of. Oh, there it is. Next. Ah, come on. Um, and one girl who is at the very end, like she's the last one who's still alive. Um, and she becomes like a hikikomori, which is like a shut-in, like a recluse. And one way she kind of like restricts herself even more from seeing the outside world is not only does she shut herself into a room and never come out again because she's horrified of the curse that it may kill her any second that she steps out, she covers her whole window. Citron, what's up, bud? Hey, all, what did you think of the Ju-on parody and scary movie? I thought it was okay. I think anything should be able to be made a parody of as far as horror is concerned, unless it's like true life. Oh yeah, update password. Um, Unless it's like based on like true crime. Like I think one of the silly things is like people try to say Chainsaw Massacre is based on a true story. Like no, it's not at all. Um, okay, what do we got? Oh, sweet, I got a new subscriber. All right, so the very dark surrealistic part that really interested me in Ju-on near the end is the girl's locked in. She's got all of her windows covered up with newspaper, and she wakes up from like taking a nap and hears someone like banging on her window, and she scrapes a small piece of paper away, and the only thing she can see is the eyes of the other girls who went into the Juon house with her just like staring in at her. And I thought like, oh god, like how horrific. And there's another part, I can't remember it exactly what happens, but she knows she's cursed from the Ju-on, grudge curse, and she's desperate for like some kind of support, some kind of like shoulder to cry on, and she goes to wake up her dad to like try and explain like, "Hey dad, like is there anything you can advise me to do because I'm like cursed from this Ju-on house." And it's like a a dream she's having, like a nightmare she's having, and it's not horrific in any sense. Like her dad doesn't wake up covered in blood or anything like that. Her dad just wakes up, gets out of the bed, and then walks past her and doesn't listen to anything she says. Like just ignores her and like leaves her. That was weird. I just heard like a giant steam whistle outside, like as if a ship were close by or something, but we're nowhere close to water. Um, And her dad just gets up, doesn't look at her, looks straight ahead, and walks out of the room and ignores her completely. And it's this like sort of scary hopelessness that it instills in you, just like, yeah, that's kind of like completely horrifying. I think mine was Ninja Scroll and Biohunter for anime. Biohunter. I know Ninja Scroll for sure. Biohunter. If that's what I'm thinking it is, I think I know what you're talking about. I just want to check. Never seen Biohunter, I don't think. Yeah, this thing's sick. Hold on. Let's share some of these. This is the time when you got to share. Um, it's The Grudge on a steamboat. What was that really bad horror movie? What was it called? Ghost Ship, where it starts out with this like sick kill where everybody's head gets chopped off from a broken wire, and then the rest of the movie is like as boring as doing your taxes. You guys remember that one? Ghost Ship. It'll be the last port you ever pull into. The River Styx isn't the only body of water with dead people in it. Everybody on board knows heads are gonna roll. I just made all those. None of those are from the poster or anything. I just made all those up just out of my head. I was just thinking, what's a? It's such a bad cheesy movie. It's like really good, like in some aspects, but then it just gets like worse and worse as the movie goes on. Like you're just like, oh, they came up with some good ideas at the beginning and then just lost the plot. That's a shame. All right, window capture, YouTube. Okay, okay. Which account? Okay, good. I'm on Osatoshi, so there's not going to be any stupid commercials. Because it's premium, baby. Premium. That's what the kids love. Give me just a second. Let me move all this around. Whoa. All right. And let me get rid of laptop cam and switch to this one and bring this one up. Dude, the Biohunter thing looks sick. Horror stories. Let me check this out. I don't think I've ever watched this one. I thought this was like God, what was that weird movie? The guy wears the suits and changes. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. We forgot to get audio. Give me just a second. Um, YouTube. Huh? Okay, hold on. Properties. Capture audio. Okay. All right, we should hear it now. Wait. I don't hear it.
All right, we should hear it
All right,
now.
that means my headphones are not set up to take the sound. Give me just a
I don't hear
second.
it. All right, that means my headphones are not set up to take the sound. Give me just a second.
Where's my audio input? Where's my audio input? Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. How long has that been playing? Have you guys been hearing my second stream the whole time? Or did that just start? That just started now, right? Okay. I hope I haven't been like double relaying my sound. I've got a second stream open on Osatoshi. Oh, my hair's starting to pop up all crazy. All right. It was going the whole time? Oh, no, no, wait. You're talking about Biohunter was so 90s OVA. Yeah, I can already tell. That's why I want to watch this. And if you wonder what this says, it says Biohunter. That's what the katakana is saying here. Biohunter. Whoa. Okay. We got saved just in time. Whoa. Whoa. Yo, I want to watch this now. This looks amazing. Holy crap. No, we're not watching Last of Us. Get out of here. All right. Wow. That looks all right. We need more stuff like this. You guys need to tell me more stuff like this so we can go back and look. Um, all right, so we got Biohunter. That was a new one I never heard of. It's always great, man. That's why I like to ask people like their history of what did they like of old Japanese movies. Like here's one that I really like that probably almost nobody's seen. I believe it's called Woman of the Dunes. Here. It's such a weird movie. Oh, it's part of the Criterion Collection. Wow. I wonder if there's any subtitles. Sorry.
僕は学校の教師ですよ。
でも上りのバスはもうしまいだが。
しかしどっか泊まるところぐらいあるでしょう。
こっちです。
よろしく一つ。
女で一つじゃ無理なんです
どんなやつが捕まったの？
よ。本当に来ないね。
タレチには嫌だぞ。
名は湿気を呼びますから。
Such a good movie. It's such a weird one. Like it was way ahead of its time. Do you guys know this one, Tetsuo Iron Man? Hold on just a second. I got. Sorry, guys. I'm just checking out. I got someone like just stopped out in front of my house. Yesterday, I had the same thing go on where I heard a car stop for like a really long time and have their like lights on. And I was a little bit suspicious, but I'm like, maybe they're just like hanging out talking to a neighbor or something. Well, finally they pull away, and um my motion light turns on for like a long time, and I'm like, why does it keep being on like that? That's really weird. Like sometimes it's because raccoons run into my driveway and they knock over my trash cans. So I went to go check. Well, some Uber Eats driver delivered a ton of food to my house. All nothing that I ordered. I don't ever order Uber Eats. Like it was a ton. It was like all these packages of like chicken and French fries from a restaurant called Zaxby's. I've never heard of it in my life. And I'm like, what the hell is all this? There's like, so I've got like 4 chairs you can sit at the front of my house. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the hell is all this food? And so I'm like, dude, this sucks. Someone just ordered all this food and it got delivered to the wrong house. So we have like a neighborhood Facebook thing. I immediately brought it inside, took a picture, showed that it was like this person named Astarby. And I was like, hey, Astarby, like everything just got delivered to my house. Like, uh, I'll keep it inside here so like it's not taken over by animals. Because I live out in the countryside, so animals are going to eat that ASAP. Like raccoons will come in and start tearing stuff apart. And like luckily somehow she saw it like only about 30 minutes later, so it was probably only a little bit cold. And she came by my house and picked it up. But like now it makes me kind of like wigged out. We get stuff delivered to the wrong house as far as Amazon, UPS, FedEx, and Uber Eats all the time. We get everybody else's stuff. Luckily, my neighborhood's like really nice and they'll post it on Facebook. But I felt bad for this one because it's just like food. All right, what do we got here? Urutsu Kidoji. Oh my God, dude. Holy cow, man. That's nostalgic right there. We'd call that Natsukashi in Japanese, which means like to make one feel like a nostalgic feeling. God, I remember that video getting handed around at my high school. That video is crazy. I can't even talk about the material in that video without this whole thing getting banned. Now, here's what sucks. I'm going to show you guys these videos, and now this stream is going to be completely copyright striked. I hate this about YouTube that like I can't even sit here and chill out with. But you know what? We had a $50 and a $5 donation. I'm going to take the hit. So what? Tetsuo Iron Man. You guys know this movie? Inside the flesh of the ordinary South terrible things are starting to take place. だからあなたは僕から逃げられない。死ねー！こうして続けろよ！ Stop motion animation with humans. Oh, you haven't seen his horror story? Dude, the director remade this movie 3 times. The first one and the second one are pretty good. It's just the same movie over again, kind of different effects. The third one is straight garbage. He kind of like ruined it with the third one. is such a, it's a really, well, I mean, now it's not that crazy, but for its time, it was insane. What is this? It's a bad translation. Futsu Saizen no Kaijin is pretty much like like Day of the Average Sized Man or something like that. Like you know kaiju, right? That's like a giant thing that attacks, right? Kaiju. Futsu no Kaijin would be like regular sized. It's kind of like funny. All right, so we're getting some good stuff. If you have not seen this one, it's really good. Um, it's amazing. All right. Tokyo Story. All right, let's go back. Oh, back one more time. Hold on. What a trip, dude. It's such a good movie. It's crazy. Like it's a body horror. It's not gross, it's not gory, but well, actually there's one part that's kind of weird. Uh I don't want to spoil anything, but it's definitely like what a unique idea from its time. The thing that sucks though is that the director like remade it 3 times. I don't know why he did this, but he remade it 3 times, and each time he kind of like really lost the ethos of it. Like he really lost like what made it good. Like he didn't do stop motion animation for the future ones. He started to use CGI. He stopped using practical effects. The third one, he had a Gaijin actor for it, and I don't know why he did this. Hold on, I gotta cough again. A Gaijin actor, which means like a foreigner, just like a regular white dude from America. I guess he was from America. I don't know what country he was from, but just like a regular white dude. And he made him speak English, but like in this weird Kana accent. So like when I say that, like imagine someone doing an impression of a Japanese person. So they'd be like, "Oh no, I am a very scared. It's a very bad situation." Like he made the guy pronounce stuff in that manner, I guess, so that like the Japanese audience could better understand, like, because they use katakana to say a lot of English words, which has like a Japanese pronunciation to an English word. And even though the guy could speak fluent English, he made him pronounce everything like that. Like, have you ever seen Yukisaki Western or Yakisoba Western? Sorry, Yukisaki. What? My brain like had a stroke. Yakisoba Western. I believe it was filmed by Quentin Tarantino. I could be wrong about that. But there, he had a bunch of Japanese actors try to speak English, and it's horrible. Like, it's painful to get through. Like, it's pretty much like a regular spaghetti Western, but with Japanese people trying to act it out who can't speak any English at all and are literally like memorizing sounds to like speak English. So you'd have like they'd be like, "Oh no, I am going to get my gun and we having a shoot out though." And you're like, "Oh no, what? Why are you doing this? Like this is really painful to watch." And it like if that were like once in a while in the movie, you'd be like, "Oh, okay, like just this guy's got a heavy accent." But it's just every character, just people who can't speak English. So it's not even like someone acting with a heavy accent. They don't even know how to act with the things that they're saying because they don't know what they're saying. So they're like, "Oh no, I'm very scared because you have a very, very big old rifle." And you're just like, "Oh, what? He doesn't even look scared. What is going on? Like, why are they? It's like you just memorized words. It'd be like if I just like memorized Japanese and said it very poorly. and they'd be like, oh, because he's a Japanese guy, and you'd be like, no, he's definitely just a gaijin mispronouncing a bunch of Japanese words. It was bad, and I'm not doing that accent to be like disrespectful or anything like that. If you go watch Yakisoba uh, Western, and you'll be like, oh, yeah, this is horrible. Seven Samurai, that's a good one. Watch that. That movie's 3 hours and 23 minutes. Holy hell. Tampopo. Tampopo. Let's watch the trailer. I've never heard of this movie. Jeez.
ラーメンウエスタンって何のこと？ある町にふらりとやってきた男が。
Wait. I'm understanding everything, but oh, wait. They don't have. Okay, let's see if they have auto. No. Okay. I'll get you guys. This might be bad translations, but let's just see what happens. Hold on. If it's too bad, I'll just translate for you. これはラーメンウエスタンだ。This is a ramen western. Tampopo.
ラーメンウエスタンって何のこと？ある町にふらりとやってきた男がラーメン屋の美しい未亡人を助け、その店を町一番のラーメン屋にして去っていく物語。つまり
This is a story about a Western-based ramen story in which a man meets a beautiful woman. It's kind of almost the same.
チェーンのラーメン版。それがタンポポだ。
なんだ元戻せ。できるまで何でもやるぞ。
ずらり勢ぞろいした色とりどりの男。
Oh, okay. Okay, hold on.
フルーツアラモードみたいな。そして可愛い女たち。うわー。
Okay, they're talking about there's a recipe for if you've ever seen in ramen that little like swirly thing. They have a special recipe to make the most colorful version of that, and another opposing rival is trying to steal that recipe.
蓋を開けると美味しそうな男と女がぎっしり詰まっている。
Ugh.
幕の内弁当みたいな。それがタンポポだ。
Oh, and their name for their version of the swirly thing that goes inside of ramen is called the tampopo, which is literally just means like dandelion. So beautiful swirly flower shape sort of noodle.
ハモ南蛮、エビの踊り、北京ダック、チャーハン、生牡蠣、オムライス、ゆり根の味噌汁、焼肉、納豆、スパゲッ
They're literally naming every single dish being shown.
ティ。ものすごい食欲。
どこ行くんですか？
こっち。
何するんです？
ここから覗いてごらん。
That wasn't really so. She said, "Where should I go? You should hide in here." What are you doing? I'm just trying to hide you so no one can see you.
ああ、てめえらの当たり前に作った当たり前のラーメンとやらを食べさせてもらおうじゃねえかい。
Oh, what the heck? That was like some really thick, like, like colloquial yakuza type. I can't read that.
初めての本格食べ物活劇タンポポ。お腹を空かせて見に行こう。
That didn't translate right at all. For the first time ever, a woman makes. It shouldn't be like a woman. Okay, so for the first time ever, she makes like an irresistible bowl of ramen that nobody can compete with. Okay, wow, that is a weird one. The making of tampopo. No, we don't need to watch. Oh, look at this, like analog horror over here.
こんにちは、伊丹十三です。これから皆さんを私の映画タンポポの撮影現場にご案内しようと思います。
Alright, we should watch this at some point. Looks amazing. Holy cow. Really? Is the movie really good? Citron? Would you highly recommend? Sorry, you said right above there, Tom Papa is awesome. Oh, okay. Jonah, welcome back. Interesting. Okay. All right. My voice is telling me I should sign off soon to give it a break. I got to recover from this cough. Um, this is really interesting though to go through these. I've seen almost everything. Qui-Gon, I highly recommend. Guys, if you get a chance, watch this movie, Qui-Gon. There was a father. Hmm. I, dude, this movie House, if you like horror, but you also want to like a feel-good movie, I know this sounds crazy. Like if you're having a bad day, like you're having a day where you're just like, dude, nothing is going right for me. I would highly, highly recommend you watch the movie House. It's gonna like cheer you up a bunch. It's a horror movie. There's some scary stuff in it. Not like mortifyingly scary, but there's some stuff in it where you're just like, what? What am I watching? This is insane. And you'll be happy all over again. Like it'll totally change. It'll change your day for the better. I promise. Use some raw organic honey for the cough. Yeah, I need to do something. Ugh. That's the worst part about being a teacher. I swear to God, you catch a cough like over and over and over and over again. It sucks too because I always like stay pretty healthy. All right, guys. I love you guys bunches. This was an amazing night. Holy cow. What a night. I still can't believe Dark Somnium's that cool of a dude. He remembers me. Again, I can't believe he remembers me after all this time. That's so crazy, dude. What a good dude. And then he donates to the channel, promotes the channel, then sends 20 subs, and then even emailed me personally to work on a collab for the future. Dark Somnium, yeah, like watch his channel, guys, if you guys get a chance, dude. And he does like excellent. Like his reading is like on another level. Yeah, hey guys, I don't know if I'll be on again. I'll probably make a video tomorrow, probably. Oh, your first time, dude. Thank you, Black Recluse, dude. Thank you for coming on. I want everybody to have a great holiday. If you don't, then come hang out with us sometime soon to get like a little bit of pep in your step. Do know like we're here to talk about Japan. We're here to hang out. We're here to like have fun and do jokes and stuff. But we're also here as a community, and we're here to like hang out with you guys, talk to you guys, and kind of be a support for each other a lot of the time. Actually, this group's been a support for me, and we've done the same in return, been the support for others in the chat. So if you're ever feeling down, you're ever feeling like you need a little bit of boost, you need like a little bit of a pick me up, come join the chat sometime. Come join the Discord. Um, this is a really supportive group. You're not going to find any toxicity in here. And if you do, report it to me and I'll take care of it. But you're not going to find that. You're going to find, bro, life experience between US and Japan, compare and contrast stuff. That's a good idea, Jonah. Yeah, I wish one day I could interview her for my videos, but she's not a big fan. Like she's typical Japanese where they don't want anything private out there on the internet. She really supports my channel. She's very excited that I have my own channel, but she never been interested about being on or anything like that. Um, oh, you came over because of Dark Somnia? God, dude, what a nice dude, man. I can't believe he remembers me after all this time. I still watch his channel, of course. His channel's excellent, but like to remember me, what a good dude, man. Thank you for coming over. I'm glad you joined us. Come join our Discord too. Um, yeah. Anyone else, if you're brand new tonight, you just joined us. Mostly we talk about Japan, Japan stuff, Japan horror movies, Japanese culture, living in Japan, moving in Japan, anything you want to do. But we're also just here for each other too. Like we're just kind of like a support community who's there to like let you be, a shoulder to cry on, an ear that'll listen, someone will, be with you through a struggle. Um, and we're we're happy to do that because there needs to be more stuff like that on the internet. Until next time, though, I may be gone for a while as we're into the holidays. I'm thinking I'll probably still put up a video tomorrow, my regular video, and then definitely I'll do the members video on Sunday, most likely. And then probably next week there won't be a live stream, I'd imagine. There probably won't be a live stream next Friday, next Saturday, or next Sunday. Definitely going to probably skip that one because, family, right? Love you all. I hope you have a great holiday. If I don't talk to you soon, I hope everything works out with whatever you're doing. I hope you get to see family, friends, loved ones. And I hope if you're asking for a certain gift, you do get it. All right. Love you all tons. And, you know, um,